Hey, what's up? Been a while, right? So I'm sure you're all wondering what I've been up to for the past 5 years. Well, I don't want to go into too much detail, but let's just say I've made every mistake a human being could possibly make. Here's some examples. Oh, did that. Oh, did that too. Oh, you better believe I did that. This is depressing. So yeah, I haven't really been online much the past 5 years, and I'm sorry about that. But the truth is, I'm just not that interested in video games anymore. Ever since I was growing up, essentially locking myself in my parents' basement, I never saw the outside world. I've been so focused on video games my entire life, I don't even know what a tree looks like. And I know a lot of you out there are in the same situation as me. But don't worry, I'm here to help. I'm here to prove to you, once and for all, that the outside world is a fun and safe place that's full of adventure and just ready to be conquered. I'll see you on the other side. Let's play some video games. And luckily for me, I have a pretty good selection of games to choose from on my shelf. Let's see here. How about, The Division.
Previously unknown variant of the 40s suspected case catching many experts off guard.
Nope. Let's see. Days Gone.
The strain of the virus is accelerating
at an exponential rate.
Nope. Resident Evil.
Complete global saturation.
Dying Light.
Erected a quarantine wall shortly after the outbreak.
The Last of Us. Left 4 Dead. Death Stranding. No. Truly, that is a fate worse than death. Let's try and go a little more retro then. I got it. The House of the Dead.
These genes will change the future.
Fuck it, we're playing GoldenEye. GoldenEye, one of the most fondly remembered first-person shooters of all time. Not only was it one of the best-selling games on the N64, it was also the game that helped make FPSs popular on consoles. So essentially, GoldenEye is responsible for Call of Duty, and by extension, having to hear from all those 12-year-olds that had sex with your mom.
Hey, fucking dude, it's like, hey mom, I played with my dick today. Nobody cares, it's not a feat. Anyone can do that. Shut your mouth. 23! I'm gonna cry, motherfucker.
Good times. The weapons were awesome, the levels were great, the AI was... well, you dealt with it. But not only was the game fantastic, what was miraculous about GoldenEye was that it's one of, if not the only good video game to be based off a popular movie. Back in the day, every, and I mean every game that was based off a movie was fucking garbage, and it seemed as though one came out like every 4 hours. Nowadays, while you'll occasionally get a movie-based game released on a console, they're few and far between. Most of them have been relegated to the App Store, and 99% of them are just puzzle games or cheap strategy games. As little effort is put into these as possible, but for whatever reason, kids keep buying them. Well, I'm not one to pass up the opportunity to make an easy buck, so make sure to check out the new Game Boiz puzzle game, available now in the App Store. It's essentially a rip-off of Bejeweled, but you morons will buy anything as long as it has brand recognition. Also, make sure to check out Raid Shadow Legends, because the only way they can make a living off this website anymore is to shill for a shitty mobile game. What has my life become? Funny story, I had no idea who James Bond was, even after I played GoldenEye. I remember walking through the aisles of Blockbuster with my mom, seeing a VHS copy of the film on the shelf, and got excited because I thought they made a movie based off of the game GoldenEye. I'm pretty sure it was at that moment my mom realized I was a mistake. Despite the fact that there are hundreds of more advanced FPSs out there, GoldenEye, to this day, has a dedicated base of people playing it. Speedrunners will pump hours and hours into this game, trying to beat each level in the shortest possible time.
Right when he starts firing, they're trying to back boost me, the double. 47, baby! That's fucking right! That's fucking it!
It's amazing to me that there are people this devoted to it, because all I keep hearing about whenever I bring this game up is, it hasn't aged well. Well, that may be true, but I only think it's proper that you go back and pay respects to your elders every now and again. So without further ado, let's take a look at GoldenEye for the N64. Ah, man, that brings back memories. Who can forget this classic opening where James Bond comes in and Well, that was weird. Anyway, what the fuck am I looking at? Huh. Okay, well, this is a thing. In fact, this is actually kind of a really awesome thing. So yeah, this is GoldenEye with Mario characters. A mod made by somebody named Stupid Mario Bros Fan 1, which is definitely the name his mom gave him. I'm not exactly sure why he made this, but I can only assume it was an idea he had on an all-night bender that involved copious amounts of alcohol and mushrooms. Jokes aside, there's actually a surprising amount of good detail put into this. Mario is of course Bond, Princess Peach is Natalia, which makes perfect sense considering that they're both as useless as each other. Peach, move. Peach, move. You're in the way. Peach! For the love of Peach, for God, Peach, Jesus Christ! And in one of the greatest twists of all time, Trevelyan, the main antagonist of the game, is none other than, no, not him, Luigi!
What a twist!
I guess he finally got tired of playing second fiddle and is out for revenge. It's really bizarre seeing all this stuff, but listen, turning on an N64 and seeing a game that involves Bowser shooting Luigi in the face is probably going to be the greatest thing you see all day. Not only are the characters changed, but the dialogue, as well as the opening folder briefings, are all changed to fit Mario lore. There's references to Brooklyn, Toad, Yoshi, and even the modder breaks the fourth wall a couple of times to ask how in the hell it is that Peach gets kidnapped so much. The only thing that's missing from this is the voice acting. It would have been so amazing to hear Charles Martinet saying these lines. Don't worry, Yoshi. I won't hurt you. Fuck you! Spoiler alert, unlike in licensed Nintendo games, this one shows Mario finally getting some action after all the hard work he's put into making sure Princess Peach doesn't accidentally shoot herself in the face. And, just like in the real game's ending, Mario and Peach make out for quite some time.
Oh, you touched my tra-la-la.
Guys, you're in public. Guys, come on, just... oh, for God's sake. This game's just missing one thing to make it perfect, and there it is. He may not be in Smash, but he's in here, motherfuckers. And guess what? He's the hardest character to beat in the game. And all is right with the world. All the cheats are still active in here, and they're 10 times funnier with all these Mario characters in it. Watch this, watch this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. 360 no scope! Speaking of no scopes, you can't have the proper GoldenEye experience without its multiplayer, and luckily, it's in here. I tried getting people over to play the multiplayer with me, but given the circumstances, it's a little difficult right now, and has nothing to do with me not having any friends. Yeah, so I had to get creative. On top of the levels that they ported over from the original game, they added 3 new ones. Peach's castle from Mario 64 is in here, and I'm not talking just one portion of the castle. I'm talking the entire castle is in the game. Bob-omb Battlefield is also in it, as well as Big Boo's Haunt. So hey, if you've ever wondered who would win in a gunfight between Yoshi and Donkey Kong, 1, what the fuck is wrong with you? And 2, now's your chance to find out. In short, almost everything about the mod is pretty awesome. The only major issues are the ones that had to be brought over from the original GoldenEye. The controls aren't as bad as I thought they would be, considering this is a controller made specifically for Sheva from Mortal Kombat, but they're still pretty bad. Being so used to a second analog stick makes it really tough to go back to 1 stick and 4 C buttons, but after an hour or so of playing, you'll get the hang of it. It's just a matter of how much patience you're willing to put in to be used to it. The real issues that you'll have to deal with are the draw distance and the frame rate. Due to the N64's low rendering abilities, the bigger levels have fog surrounding you so thick that it'll feel like you're in the middle of Beijing. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Okay. What I meant to say was, Beijing is a beautiful city, and there is nothing wrong with it whatsoever. Okay, we good? Oh, right. China #1. And if you're like me and you haven't played GoldenEye in a long time, every once in a while you're gonna have a severe case of where the fuck do I go syndrome. Especially on open levels like Statue Park, the area is so wide and the lighting is so dark that it's difficult to see where you're coming from or where you're going. Also, if there's too much shit on the screen, and by too much shit I mean like 4 more enemies, then the frame rate really starts to dip. Grassloo00 has a full playthrough on YouTube and redirects you to links where you can download the full game at 60 frames per second with mouse controls. That's cool and all, but let's face it, the real way to play this game is on an N64 with bad N64 controls, lag, fog, and really shitty frame rate. You know, the way God intended. And that's GoldenEye with Mario characters. If you're a collector and want something unique on your shelf, or if you just want to play through GoldenEye again but with a different flair,
we need to talk about your flair.
Really?
Then this is definitely worth checking out. Unfortunately, I think this is the last of the GoldenEye fan cartridges. At least I haven't seen any more. I mean, I highly doubt there's like GoldenEye with Sonic characters out there or something. Oh. Well, okay then. I'm Chris from the Boiz, and remember, always wear protection before going outside. See ya.